Welcome back folks, my name is LastKnownMeal and today in Cyberpunk 2077 we're going to overhaul our game to be closer to Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which does include an ability to play as Lucy or David, at least when it comes to the actual looks. We're also going to be going through their weapons and some vehicles in the game, as well as add a radio station and do some nice replacements on the main menu of the game. And for everyone who's interested in modding in general and want to go into the basics, my previous video covers all of that. Do keep in mind there are some mods here which you need to have installed because other mods work on top of them, so please go and consult the must-have mods in my previous video, but I will go into some details in this video as well. So without further wasting your time, let's get into the video and check out all of these amazing mods. Now before we even go into the mods themselves, I do want to talk about manual installation one more time because we're going to need it. As I said, in my previous video I covered the basic mods for Cyberpunk 2077 which you must have, for example that being CyberEngine tweaks, CyberCMD, TweakXL, ArchiveXL, Red4ext, Redscript and so on. Again, I will leave the links to those mods in this video down in the description, so if you don't have them you have to download them in order. So if you have any file whatsoever which you need to add manually, you're going to go to, as I said, Nexus or whatever, and you're going to download the zipped file. These zipped files are going to have all sorts of different directories, that either being bin or archive or R6 or Red4ext, like for example that I have here, and that's why you must have like install Red4ext and Redscript as I talked about before we get into this. So only thing you have to do is, if you see R6 here and Red4ext here, you just have to drag and drop, and that's it. And people who are worried thinking it's going to replace some files whatsoever, it's not. The only thing you're actually doing here is you're putting this file right here, and all of these folders, they're nothing, they're not going to change. So ultimately you can place the files manually if you want to click on each file every single time and go here to R6 then go to scripts or whatever and then drag and drop, for example, but you can just do this. Also, if you ever get a file here which only has, for example, .archive file and it doesn't have any folders whatsoever, it always goes in the same folder, and that's it, archive PC mod, and you're going to see this archive file. So if you ever see a file and it doesn't have these folders and it says .archive, it always goes in here, always. Look, it can be also anything else, a different folder whatsoever, but usually it's going to be this, drag and drop. But if the mod is gonna be telling you something else, it's always good to consult what the mod author has wrote on the description of his or her mod. So as you can see here, I have the full Lucy outfit, including the weapon itself and the face. So we're gonna start from the beginning. First off, the face. How do you get this face and the haircut? Well, before we go into that, you're going to have to download the appearance change unlocker, and then below it you're going to get a file which includes the Lucy preset, and I'm going to show you later on how to basically mod that preset into the file, because it's a little bit more complicated, of nothing special too much. So now once you have the appearance change unlocker and you have the Lucy's face, you're going to either go to your mirror in the apartment or just visit any Ripper doctor whatsoever, and you're going to change the appearance. Here, once you have this mod, you're going to have different presets. So these presets are either going to be Corpo or Nomad or whatever, but that doesn't matter. We have to click on Lucy. And once you click on Lucy, the actual appearance is going to be set. Now of course you can play around with eye color and all of that. I prefer something else, which for example like this or like this, for example. It doesn't matter, it's up to you to decide which eyes you're gonna be playing with. And also the hair doesn't matter because we're gonna be including a custom hair, so you can set the hair whatever. It's not going to matter whatsoever once we start modding more. And now that you have installed the actual appearance menu unlocker, we're going to add Lucy's preset. This is going to be the same way to install the preset of David itself. So we're gonna go to the main Cyberpunk directory, we're going to go to bin, x64, plugins, CyberEngine tweaks, then we're going to go mods, And now we're going to find the appearance change unlocker right here. We're going to go to character presets, and here basically you will decide if you put a male or female. If you have David's presets, you're gonna be putting them into male. If you have female presets, you're gonna be putting them right here. So we have the preset file over here, Lucy over here. Just drag and drop, and that's it. It's going to appear on the menu on the side. And now we're going to focus on Lucy's outfit, as you can see right here. So there's two versions of this mod, or well, two different Lucy outfits from two different mod authors. Now, I included both of them because if you have problems with one mod, you can just use another. And don't be afraid to install both mods at the same time, because it's not going to have any issues whatsoever. At least when I tested it right now, all of those two mods are not going to cause problems, so you can shift between them. So now once you have this mod installed, we're going to add the file into the game itself. Now of course you can always go into your apartment and visit the virtual atelier, but the mod has right now some problems until it's updated properly, so I do recommend actually just doing through the console itself. Now because you have CyberEngine tweaks, which you must have installed in general, we're going to press the button under the escape button, and we're going to get the CyberEngine tweaks. So now when we have the CyberEngine tweaks open, we're going to add this line of code right here. This is going to add the item into our inventory. Now do keep in mind, on the website of Nexus Mods, on this specific mod, you're going to have all of the item codes listed down below. And for example, there's going to be different versions and so on. You can play with all of that. So you just paste this as I showed you, and you click enter, and there we go. We have the Lucy Edgerunner suit being added. So right here we have another one which is added, like for example right now, and I already have one. It doesn't matter for you, because the only thing you do want is to equip this and go into your wardrobe, and basically, as I'm gonna show you right now, you're going to be just selecting these things overall, because you're going to wear them as a wardrobe and not as an actual piece of clothing, because this is not going to give you any special stats. And now we're going to add Lucy's pistol into the game. So once you downloaded the mod, you're going to do the same thing like you did for the actual suit and pants and everything else, and we're going to go open tilde, and we're going to add this thing. So the only problem is, because if you type in game at inventory preset unity 1, it's going to give you a wrong pistol. So what you need to do is replace 1 with 2. This is going to be the right version of the pistol, because the same pistol can have multiple skins, which in the game is included as different weapons. So once we press this, we're going to get the actual unity pistol in our inventory. We are going to equip it, and there we go. We have Lucy's pistol in the game. Of course, you can upgrade this and do all of that, and I don't know how the crafting is gonna be working with this thing, but you can try. But the best thing you can do is upgrade the gun, because, well, it's kinda weak. And now we're going to get and look like David from Edgerunners. Now, of course, as I showed you down below, you have to download those two mods, which is going to be the face preset for David, and also going to be a hairstyle. So just download two mods down below. Do keep in mind that the actual appearance of David has another mod you can install, like for example to remove blemishes, to remove complexion of the skin, etc, etc. I don't like that, because I prefer to have a more cleaner look. So once you install that, go into your mirror or reproductor, whatever, and we're going to do the same thing like we did with Lucy. So we're going to change our appearance, and here you're going to have a bunch of these different things to choose from. Now I chose the N0 one because it makes him, well, the closest you can when it comes to David itself. Now when it comes to hairstyle, the hairstyle for me is going to be 38. So just navigate to this thing and it's going to be set, unless the actual preset sets it for you, then you're going to be fine. So this is it. This is how David looks. Now again, as I said, there's different mods you can install which remove all of the complexions from the skin and so on. I don't like that, so I just kept it as is. So we're going to confirm this, and this is how your character is actually going to look like. Of course, if you want the jacket itself, I also have a link to the video where I tell you how to get the jacket in the first place. But yes, this is how David looks right now when you put it through the character creator and the character preset itself. And next up, we're going to add David's pistol in the game as well, which is not Unity but Lexington, which is quite nice. So as you download the mod, which I showed you basically in the link, we're going to do the same thing like we did with the previous pistol. We're gonna open up tilde and we're going to add this, paste it, and we're going to have the Lexington in our inventory. We paste it here, and there we go. We have the actual gun from David in the game itself, or well, at least the skin is going to be a little bit different that you can play around with in general. And for the next mod, we're gonna be adding Sasha's outfit into the game itself. Now, once you actually download the mods, the process of spawning the items is going to be the same like it was for Lucy's outfit in general. So on the website, you're going to see two types of codes. The one is going to be the outfit and the second one is going to be the jacket, but the jacket is going to have different variations you can choose from. So once you basically take the first command, we're going to paste it here and we're going to click enter, and there we go. We have the Edgerunner suit. So we're going to go into inventory and it's going to be right over here, which you can actually equip, or as I said, go into wardrobe and check it out there and equip it as a transmog. And the next thing we're gonna be adding into the game is going to be the Yaiba Kusanagi Edgerunner version. So once you actually install the mod like I showed you, we're going to call in the vehicle itself. So the version of the Yaiba Kusanagi is going to be this bright yellow, which looks actually quite nice once you drive it, and of course is something I definitely do recommend. Now do keep one thing in mind. There's gonna be two mods you're gonna install with this. And in order to enable or disable the bike, we're going to be going into escape and we're going to be going into mods. You're going to click on the Neuro deck itself, which is going to be the mod assist basically for all of these mods. And here you can basically enable it or disable it if you want. But do I absolutely, recommend this bike? Yes, because you also have this amazing light on the, back color of the rim. And it actually drives really well, so I want you to install this if you want a full experience of the Edgerunners anime in Cyberpunk 2077. Now, of course, for our overhaul, we want the best of the best, so we're also going to be overhauling the loading screen into the game. There are two mods for this, either the intro to Cyberpunk Edgerunner, so the opening with the opening song, or the outro video, and the outro song to the anime itself. So it's up to you to decide which one you actually like the most and prefer the most, but I'm going to leave you both links to the mod down below. And the last mod on the list, but definitely not the least, is going to be the actual Edgerunner's radio. So I'm gonna show you how to install that, but once you actually have it all installed and once you go into a vehicle, you just have to navigate to the radio station up here. And there we go, the Edgerunner's radio is going to be playing, and it's going to be playing the tracks from the anime itself. If you want to actually have it, this is a mod you absolutely must try out for that full immersion and experience. Now when it comes to the radio itself, you're going to be needing two mods, Radio EXT and the radio station you're going to be modding. So in this case, going to be the Edgerunner's radio. So we're going to go to Radio EXT, we're going to drag and drop this right here. If it replaces something, don't worry, maybe already have the files. And now once you have installed the Radio EXT, or well added it, we're going to do the same with this. So bin folder and mods folder right here, we're going to just drag and drop in case you do need a RedMod for this. I already showed how to install actual RedMod in my previous video, you can go watch that, but I'm also going to leave you a link to it down below. It's very easy, just go to the actual platform which you have your game on PC, download it as a DLC, install it, and that's it. You don't have to worry about anything else pretty much, unless you actually have some problems. Then you just go to GOG. For example, we're going to go to installed games and we're going to right click on Cyberpunk here. We're going to go to configure, manage installation configure, and what we're going to do here is we're going to go to features, enable mods is going to be checked, and DLC is going to be checked as well, and that's basically it. And this is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Do keep in mind that in the future there will be more Cyberpunk Edgerunners mods, and when those come out I will of course cover them, because we still have to go through Rebecca's mods and all of that, which is still incomplete, so I'm waiting for the full mods to come out before I make those videos in general. If you have any questions whatsoever, just drop them down below and I'll try to answer as many as I can. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button for more, and also check us out on Twitter and Discord if you want to continue the discussion there. And also huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters, and if you wanted to support the channel in an extra way, do keep in mind I do have a Patreon page. This is LKM signing out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.